On TVC News at 1, we are staying with the coverage of Maiduguri flood, which has rendered more than 200,000 people homeless and about 1 million affected. The Nigeria Governors Forum, led by Chairman Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara State, are in Maiduguri to commiserate with the government and people of Borno State over the flood disaster that claimed thousands of residential buildings, shops, markets, schools, and hospitals. Members of the entourage include Governor of Lagos State Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Ondo State Lucky Aiyedatiwa, alongside some members of the National Assembly. Governor Abdulrazak said the aim of the visit is to assure support to the Borno State government and convey the message to the federal government of more support to cushion the sufferings of victims. Governor Babagana Zulum appreciates the delegation for the visit and solicits more intervention for victims.
We need to provide immediate support to the government of the state. If I want to address this crisis alone, I don't think attention for the next 8 years will solve such crisis. However, we remain entirely grateful to the government of Nigeria because the President has immediately sent the Vice President of the Republic of Nigeria.
Well, we're here today on behalf of the Nigerian Governors Forum to commiserate with the government and people of Borno State over the Borno bridge. Also to commend Mr. President for the quick reaction by dispatching the Vice President alongside me, President, and the Northeast Development Commission. On our part, the forum will do the needful to support our colleague. But from what we've seen in the media, it's truly a major disaster in which we would also try to see ourselves.
Meanwhile, members of the Nigeria Governors Forum went around the metropolis to assess the level of devastation caused by the flood that claimed thousands of residential houses, shops, markets, schools, and hospitals. Most places visited are still flooded as search and rescue operations continue. Women, children, and the elderly are the most vulnerable as hundreds are seen stranded inside the waters. It's day 3 after water from Alo Dam, which collapsed early Tuesday morning, submerged 70% of Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, with thousands of displaced residents left scouting for safer places. Search and rescue team commenced operations yesterday. More people have been rescued and evacuated to safer places. This morning, most IDP camps have recorded high influx of people coming for refuge. Although government has put measures in place to cater to the needs of victims, the situation is now overwhelming. Our senior reporter, Jesse Tafida, is standing by to bring us updates on the situation at the moment. And Jesse Tafida is actually still with Governor Babagana Zulum, who has had to deal with this devastation. He's been receiving sympathizers these past 3 days. Jesse, bring us up to speed on the flood situation in Maiduguri and efforts to help the people.
Thank you very much, Abosade. As I'm talking to you now, we are together with the members of the Nigerian Governors Forum, led by the governor, by the chairman, and then we also have the governor of Lagos State here with us. We also have the governor of Ondo State, also have the governor of Adamawa State, together with some members of the National Assembly, together with Governor Babagana Zulum, taking them around. Sorry, you could hear the noise here. We are on the truck. We've been here about 2 hours on water. We are going around to check the level of devastation, and indeed, the devastation is quite massive. There are some areas which hitherto we couldn't access. Today we could access the areas, and as I'm talking to you, you could see from the footage, women and children are still stranded. A lot of them don't have anywhere to go to. The water level in some areas is still high. The Nigerian Navy are trying to evacuate those that are still stranded with their boats. I am telling you, this is quite devastating. Why you could hear this noise, the horn is that the truck we are in is a very big truck for us to go through the waters. Also, the National Emergency Management Agency this morning, as I spoke together with the donor coordinators today, as new camps have been opened. The camps are overcrowded. People continue to come because we could see that over half of the state capital is washed away, and houses, shops, markets are all submerged at the moment.
All right, Jesse, and you have also reported that most of the IDP camps in Maiduguri have today recorded high influx of people who are coming for refuge. Are there plans to expand? I mean, what strategies in place to ensure that more people who are left stranded receive succor at this time?
Yes, the Borno state government have taken some of the IDPs to the entire place, to some schools. Now, where people can take shelters now is not only IDP camps, even schools that are on safer grounds, some hospitals that are on safer grounds. Go there because, as I've said earlier, that over half of the state capital is submerged. So other camps are being opened. Most of them are schools, public schools and private schools are now hosting the victims of the flood disasters. And what is of concern to many now is food. What to eat is overwhelming for the Borno State government to be providing to them. And that is why we could hear the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum saying that what the people need now is food. Some have stayed for like 2 days without food, and you could see that they are traumatized, they are hungry, they need food. And secondly, health concerns are also being raised. And now that there are outbreaks of cholera, monkeypox, and these people are in camp, the WHO is raising concerns about their safety.
Indeed, Jesse. Thank you very much for that update. We'll be back with you with more from Maiduguri. Thank you, Jesse. Now, the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, has sympathized with the government and people of Borno State over the devastating flood situation there. The minister was in Maiduguri on Wednesday to assess the level of destruction at the customs area where the broken prison is located. He also restated federal government commitment to restoration of normalcy, adding that the goal of government is to rebound from this disaster stronger and more resilient than ever. In the entourage of the minister, the Controllers General of Immigration, Correctional Service, and Secretary of Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire, and Immigration Services Board.
The government is very much concerned, and you can be rest assured that the government will not just do stock taking as we've done today, but we'll make sure that at least we do our best, to set things right. And in terms of our facilities, the correctional center, actions are presently ongoing. There are certain things I won't be able to disclose at now because of security reasons, but you can be sure that we're on top of the situations, 100%. The immigration passport office was affected, but the people of Borno can be rest assured that once we get back to Abuja, we will try as soon as possible with immediate effect to create another center, where they can start their normal activities. And of course, the fire service was also affected, but all this are just, to me, they are minor issues compared to the generality of the impact of the flood, on the people of Borno. It's a sad moment, and they can be rest assured that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration will not let them down.
Away from Borno State, but still talking flood, Governor of Jigawa State, Umar Namadi, has flagged off the distribution of relief materials and cash grants to more than 15,000 households displaced by the recent flood disaster in the state. TVC News correspondent Yusuf Isa reports.
In the aftermath of the recent flood disaster in Jigawa State, hundreds of structures such as houses, hospitals, schools, marketplace, roads, and some public buildings collapsed, leaving many people homeless. Victims of the recent flooding are now struggling to make ends meet. In their suffering, the Jigawa State government has distributed food items to the affected individuals. Each of the beneficiaries received 20,000 as cash grants, a 10 kg bag of rice, maize, millet, and spaghetti. Governor Umar Namadi said the gesture is to support the victims.
We have 12 IDP camps in Jigawa State with a total of 15,775 victims. We have given the first stage of intervention, we have given the second stage of intervention, we have given the third stage intervention, and in Mujit again we are giving the fourth intervention.
The district head of Gansa and some flood victims across the state complain about access to food, shelter, and water as hundreds of their structures collapse.
The flood was very devastating. You can see here, everywhere has been flooded. Even my house, the house of the district head, completely submerged under the water. In fact, as you see me, I'm an IDP because I have already, vacated the house, and I have moved my office now to an Islamia school.
The flood disaster in Jigawa State caused 33 days and destroyed 7,000 houses, leaving hundreds of people and communities devastated.